The movie begins in Hong Kong in 1959. One morning, Yip Man was visited by a young teenager, who turns out to be Bruce Lee. He came to claim Yip Man promised to teach him Wing Chun, back when he was a little kid. Then Yip Man throws cigarettes at Bruce Lee to test his agility. Yip Man says he performs decently. Then Yip Man got up, and opened his door. Bruce Lee shocked, and disappointed at Yip Man's reaction. But he accepts it and walks out. On the other side, seen two little kids fighting at a school front. They were Yip Xing and Chung Fong. Soon after, their teacher, Miss Wong, came to separate them. At the office, Yip Xing was treated by his mother, Wing Xing. And the teacher treated Chung Fong. Soon after, Yip Man arrived at the school, after knowing about the occurrence. Then Yip Man takes Chung Fong to his place for dinner, because he knows that Chung Fong's father usually picks him up late, due to his job as rickshaw puller. At night, after dinner, Cheung Tin-chi showed up at Yip Man's front door, to pick up his son. The next day, Cheung Tin-chi was fighting in an illegal fighting arena. Soon after, Frank, who is played by Mike Tyson, arrived at the arena with his family. Not long after, Sung the manager, approaches Frank and talks about some business. There Frank urges Sung to finish up the school. Which school? Just keep watching. On the other hand, Seen Yip Man was visiting Master Tin restaurant. When they were about to do a group photo, apparently there was a call for Yip Man from his wife. Yip Man picked it up, to the fact that his wife has been waiting for him at a dance class, for more than an hour. There he realizes that he forgot his own word to his wife, which irritates his wife. Soon when Yip Man was waiting for his son, he met Cheung Tin-chi. They had some chat, and from here we knew that they were actually students from the same Wing Chun master. Then Cheung Tin-chi invited Yip Man to a friendly match in the future. Yip Man awkwardly agreed to the invitation. When Yip Man and his son were about to go home from school, they passed by Sung. Yip Man drew suspicions towards them. Arriving at the school office, Sung and his men intimidate the teachers, and scare them. There, Sung was about to buy the school for real estate needs. But the headmaster refuses. It results in Sung's coercion. He kinda torture the headmaster. Which then suddenly, Yip Man stopped him and attacks them. Then Yip Man called the police on them. At night at his office, battered Sung ordered his men to lock up the school immediately. And because of that, the next morning, a lot of parents and their children crowded waiting outside the chained school gate. Miss Wong reported it to Yip Man as soon as he arrived at the school front. Then of course, Yip Man helped them, and ordered his students to unchain the gate. But there were Sung's men watching from afar, who went away, right after their existence was noticed by Yip Man. For fear of being visited again by those thugs, Yip Man then decided to guard the school with his students until night. Truly, Sung's men suddenly appeared, and attacked Yip Man. There Yip Man manages to defeat them, neatly, and calmly. On the other side, the thugs manage to kidnap the headmaster, and flee away. Passing by, and seeing the kidnapping, Cheung Tin-chi then attacked the thugs, and freed the headmaster. He then about to go away, but stopped and thanked by Yip Man. He then complimented Yip Man back, and went away. One day, when doing some housework, Wing Xing felt pain down in her stomach. Then she decided to go to the herb shop, for some medicine. On the other side, Yip Man was approached by Master Tin, while guarding the school. He regrets Sung's action, his former student. Then he takes Yip Man to Sung's place to rebuke him. When they meet, Master Tin expresses his anger and slaps Sung. He can't accept it, and about to stab his ex-master. Fortunately, Yip Man manages to disarm Sung. But then, Sung's men surrounded them. But at the peak moment, Fatso appeared, and threatened Sung with a gun. After that incident, three of them discuss the school case. Yip Man urges Fatso to take the decisive step about the case, given that he is a police officer. But he says he was unable to do so, because Frank, Sung's boss, bribed his boss. One morning, Wing Xing decided to check her condition to the doctor. She was then diagnosed with cancer. She was shocked, and went home feeling down. On the way home, she saw Yip Man was flattered by some women around the school. On the other side, Cheung Tin-chi was given a job from Sung, to take down a kung fu master. And due to his financial condition, he takes the job. When he arrived at the spot, it turns out that he was requested to take down Master Tin. Master Tin fights him back. But unfortunately, Cheung Tin-chi managed to break Master Tin's hand, and defeat him. On the other hand, when Yip Man was about to guard the school again, his wife asked about his presence in their home. Then he tried to calm her. When she was about to tell him about her cancer, he suddenly got a call about Master Tin, from the hospital. He then rushes to the hospital. Meanwhile, Sung went to the school, and kidnapped the students with no hitch. He wanted the school to bring their headmaster to his place, for him to release the children. After his visit to the hospital, Yip Man planned to go to the school, but stopped by Miss Wong midway, telling him that the students including his son, were kidnapped by Sung. So Yip Man immediately went to Sung's place, with a bamboo in his hand. There he saw Yip Ching crying. Then he tried to calm his son. Knowing that the boy is Yip Man's son, Sung then take him as hostage. He then asks Yip Man to kneel, and beg for his son. Yip Man has no choice, he then kneels, and begs Sung to release his son. At the same time, Cheung Tin-chi appeared to pick up his son. Sung released him pretty easily, and they went home. Then Sung ordered his men to attack Yip Man, and he fought them. Meanwhile, it turns out, Cheung Tin-chi comes back, and fights Sung to free the children. Then Sung takes Yip Ching and escapes. But he managed to break loose, by biting Sung's arm. He ran, followed by his father. Not long after, the police force appeared, and secured the scene. And Sung escaped. There were also some reporters, taking pictures of the occurrence. Arriving home, Wing Sing cried and hugged her son. She also angrily slapped Yip Man. He then hugs her and apologizes. At this moment, Wing Sing confesses about her condition to her husband. The next day, they went to the hospital. There they got info about how severe the cancer already was. And the doctor said, she only has approximately 6 months left. With that, they then undergo their days with uneasy feelings inside. Soon after, Frank was visited by the police chief, saying that he no longer can support Frank, because the kidnapping on the other day was way over the line. Frank then came to Sung, who was training with a Muay Thai fighter downstairs. Frank got mad, and angrily punched Sung's handpad, and flew Sung away. Sung said it was all Yip Man's fault. Then Frank ordered the Muay Thai guy to find and kill Yip Man. On the other hand, Yip Man was seen entering the lift after taking his wife for her medication. But suddenly, the Muay Thai guy held the lift door, and entered the lift with them. And without further ado he attacked Yip Man. Yip Man handled him carefully, since his wife is also there with him. Then Yip Man take him outside the lift. They fought while running down the stairs. Yip Man manages to defeat the guy. He then goes to his wife, she seems relieved. They then go home holding each other's hand. Soon after, Fatso said that the condition is finally under control. But Frank said that he wants to meet Yip Man. Yip Man then goes to Frank's place. There Frank challenges Yip Man to a boxing match. He said if Yip Man could last for 3 minutes, Frank promised not to mess with the school anymore. Then the fight begins. Yip Man looks so overwhelmed by Frank's power. Even so, Yip Man managed to fight him off equally with his 1,000 blows. The fight is heated. But the 3 minutes ended at the perfect time. Right before Yip Man loses his jaw. And Frank? His future. Finally Yip Man goes away. On the other hand, Cheung Tin-chi rented a hall for him to open his Wing Chun Academy. The landlord feels excited about it, since she's a fan of Yip Man. She then shows him a newspaper, with Yip Man news on it. One day at a restaurant, Cheung Tin-chi met a news reporter, and requested him to write about Wing Chun and him in the newspaper. But he refused, he doubted Cheung Tin-chi's ability. Seeing a Kung Fu master's arrival, he then challenged the Kung Fu master. The reporters took pictures of the occurrence. Cheung Tin-chi then easily defeated the Kung Fu master. And he got featured in the newspaper as a result, and got fame. He defeated a lot of Kung Fu masters. Until he officially challenged Yip Man for a fight. There he said, that Yip Man's Wing Chun is unoriginal, and he doesn't deserve the Wing Chun master title. Yip Man saw the challenge announcement in the newspaper, his wife also saw that. His wife glared at him. But he then ignores the announcement like it wasn't there, and chooses to be by her side all the time. One day, Yip Man come to a dance studio to learn how to dance. Turns out, there was Bruce Lee as the dancing instructor. Bruce Lee agreed to teach him dance, but Yip Man must also accept him as his Wing Chun student. Yip Man then explained how he never rejected him as a student back then. Bruce Lee just misunderstood him. Bruce Lee smiled at him and began to teach Yip Man to dance. Then the fight day has come. Cheung Tin-chi and the Kung Fu masters were already there, waiting for Yip Man. At the same time, Yip Man was dancing happily with his wife. Because Yip Man never came, the judges then declared Cheung Tin-chi as the Wing Chun Supreme Master. In the middle of their dance, Wing Sing suddenly passed out. At the hospital, he learned that his wife's condition is getting worse and have to be hospitalized. He loyally stays alongside his wife. Until one day, Wing Sing wrote a letter and asked her son to deliver it to Cheung Tin-chi. When Yip Man fed her some porridge, she suddenly said that she really wanted to have a picture with Yip Man. Yip Man nodded to her request. After the photo shoot, Wing Sing asks Yip Man to accept Cheung Tin-chi's challenge, because she has set a new date for the fight. She also asks Yip Man to train again, because she misses the wood noises he made when he trains. Finally, the fight night has come. Wing Sing accompanied him to the venue. And the Grand Wing Chun battle begins. The grand battle started with a staff battle. They managed to break each other's staff. Battle continues, with dual blades. It also ended in a draw. Lastly, they fight barehanded. It was such a fierce battle. Cheung Tin-chi managed to corner Yip Man, and stroke his eye. But at the end, Yip Man manages to counter him with a 1-inch punch. Cheung Tin-chi has defeated and admitted it by breaking his Supreme Wing Chun Master wooden banner. Yip Man then said, "The title is not a matter, what matters the most is the love from people around you." From here we know that Wing Sing, Yip Man's wife, finally passed away due to her cancer. And the movie ends. What do you think of this movie? Don't forget to hit like and drop your thoughts on the comments section below. If you have any